let's also now get to the second part of the story. Like, the reason I wanted to play that first is Side Allo here. Basically, it's a throwaway line, and then they get into the latest polling around what New Zealanders think of the Treaty Principles Bill.
Now back here, 4 MPs who broke into a haka during the first reading of the controversial Treaty Principles Bill have been referred to the Privileges Committee. It comes as One News can reveal exclusive poll...
And that's about it. That's really all they say about it. So that's it. And now we'll move on to the research, or to the polling.
Results showing more people oppose the bill than support it. Here's political editor Mikey Sherman.
You don't have to look too hard in Wellington to find support for Te Tiriti and those rallying against the government's Treaty Principles Bill.
This is what's so beautiful, is that the hikoi was actually run by the people, and I think that if you look around the country at the moment, we see a whole lot of people leading.
The words Toi Tu Te Tiriti even visible from Wellington's motorway, while those in Christchurch gave their views.
No, I think I oppose it. I don't think the Principles Bill is an accurate representation.
I think there's a lady here who says she's for it, and then they ask why, and she's like, I don't know. And that just feels so on point for so many people who are like playing the tribal game. Well, because my side says we shouldn't be for it. That's how it comes across.
Of the treaty principles.
Well, I support it, yeah.
And what's that?
I don't really know.
I really don't know enough about it.
Probably don't know enough about it.
In our latest poll, we sampled 1,000 voters. 23% support the Treaty Principles Bill, but even more people, at 36%, oppose it.
The problem with this polling is David Seymour will look at it and go, well, there's 40% who we need to convince. You know, so because this isn't over the 50 mark, he will go, well, if we get, 2/3 of them as well, then it's over 50% for the support. I do wonder how you can not know, when they say not know enough about the bill, well, truthfully, I don't know it word for word, 600 pages, but I know enough to know what it's about. They just must be, unless people, like in America at the moment, people are there's a mass exodus of people away from political news, especially from the mainstream news channels. And they think it's because what's happening in America is that people are like, I can't do this anymore. Trump again, I'm out. Unless the people who don't know enough about the bill have actually signed off since the last election, or they haven't re-engaged yet. But it seems like a very big number, Chewie.
I mean, this is a hard thing for someone like myself that something is generating this sort of heat. You don't know enough about it. You start reading things about it. You start listening to people. You start forming an opinion. We're a year into this, and there's still people walking around on the street going, I don't know, was there a hikoi on? I don't know. New Zealand's biggest ever protest? I don't know about it. Like, I just want to shake people and say, do better.
Yeah.
Like, be interested in what the fuck is going on around you, even if it doesn't directly affect you. Like, this is huge, and it baffles me. But that's just who I am, and I just can't get to the place where, you're just pinballing around life without knowing what people care about.
I mean, you would think the top line, yeah? Like, people are no one's going to go, oh, I don't know enough about the ferries, even if they're not engaged. It's just, as you're saying, this is such a big story. This was wall-to-wall coverage for a week to 10 days when the hikoi was on. Also, before that, with the activation of Te Pāti Māori and stuff, this has been a big news story. To say I don't know enough about it, I don't know. I wonder if there's also a conflicted group within that subset who are going, you know what? My side is for this, but I'm really not. So I'll just say I don't know enough about it. Because I know that if I say I support it, what that'll look like, and I don't really support it. So maybe it's also a section of them is trying to just sort of get out of having to answer by saying that. I don't know. I don't. I mean, like, this is what I'm trying to say is this is not the example of that deep dive that sometimes those of us who are online 24/7 talking and looking at politics, it's not one of those stories that you have to go 7 layers deep at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday or you'll miss it. It's not one of those. It's in everybody's face all year to not know enough about the bill. I question why. I don't believe them. I don't believe that 4 out of 10 people are like, I just don't know. My gut says a portion of them do know, they're just choosing not to say, and I wonder why. Sounds arrogant, but that's my thoughts. We'll keep going, eh?
Yeah.
While around the same number don't know enough about it.
I think that's really great. I mean, first of all, to see so many opposed.
Have you lost this argument?
Well, no, not at all. It'd be rather strange to say that you lost it.
Yeah, he's so awkward. Eh?
You have. You don't have the support for it. You've lost
awkward.
it.
I don't.
You're standing there like you're out of the fucking Thunderbirds, and you go, "Well, actually, no, I don't think I have." You have. You have. You don't have the support. Everybody says they hate it.
Yeah.
Everybody. It doesn't matter what the poll of the person in the street, that spokesperson says, "Yeah, I'm for it. I have absolutely no idea why, but I am." It doesn't matter because it's not going to get out of select committee. Like, it's not going to get past its second reading. It is a dead duck. We are just burning a pile of money for your vanity project that is just stirring up so much hate.
Not just his vanity project, also the foundation of his next run in 2026. That's what he's also doing. That's the foundation of what he's going to do into the next election.
Well, no, not at all. It'd be rather strange to say that you lost an argument when, the biggest group of people are those making up their minds.
But even as we spoke to David Seymour,
would you mind just stepping away?
His critics weren't far.
No consultation about Te Siti.
You get to be annoying in Parliament. We only get to be annoying in the streets.
The streets are certainly vocal.
You like that one?
Ladies.
That's a pretty good one.
Well,
like that?
John.
His critics weren't far.
No consultation about Te Siti.
You get to be annoying in Parliament. We only get to be annoying in the streets.
The streets are certainly vocal, as well as those in support.
Luxon needs to bloody realise what the thoughts are of people in the country are. I think he's made the wrong call.
Digging into the numbers, those more likely than average to support.
Why would you poll this? Is this not exactly what everyone would? In fact, I thought it would be 85% of Back Party supporters.
The bill includes 77% of ACT supporters, 48% of New Zealand First, but just 30% of national supporters.
National voters and people who voted for us to rebuild the economy, restore law and order, deliver better health education.
This is David Seymour trying to divide the country for his own political ends.
Would you be concerned if David Seymour continued to push this issue even at the next election?
Well, that's up to him. But it's dead on the water now.
Despite the critics and opposing poll results, the debate is far from over.
Will you push for this referendum at the next election?
Look, we very well might. I've always said we should listen to the people at Select Committee before we go any further.
Submissions are open now, with oral submissions heard at Parliament early next year. Mikey Sherman, One News.
There you go. Yes, so it's unfortunate on some levels that it's only like, what was it, 36%, but it's more than people who want to see it. But that big chunk of people are like, I don't know enough about it. It's like, have you been doing a Luxon? Have you been living overseas for the last 20 years? And you've literally did they do this poll at the airport with people coming home from living in the US for the past 15 years? Is that where that 40%'s come from? This is how it kind of feels.
Yeah, it's baffling. Like, it's another one of those ones where, like, if you've got friends that haven't formed an opinion, you should be doing a job to convince them. Seymour reckons that we should listen to everybody that makes a submission as well. And like I said, if you're confident enough to make an oral submission via video chat, or if you're in Wellington, you can go in and make your submission in person. Then do so. Like, there's a lot of passion and there's a lot of knowledge in people that have seen right through what Seymour is talking about. And even the people that we've had in our chat, they're like, I don't know, it doesn't seem too bad. We've had enough guests and we've had enough information dropped here to convince those people that it's bad and it's wrong. Every time Seymour has got up to explain his position, he has lied, he has gaslit, he has muddied the waters. His favourite saying on this is that there was an agreement between two races, which it absolutely wasn't. Like, straight out of the gates, that's been his core talking point for it. And the second one was privileges based on race has never worked anywhere, any time. And we've disproved that on this show. So he won't come on and talk to us about it because he has fucking lunch money taken from him. I mean, we'd beat him in a debate. So that's it. He's just there. This is cynical. It is about building up a rage base to build his vote.
Yep, the adverts are being written already for the next election. And you know what he's going to be doing? Next election, he'll also be saying, well, guys, we can't trust National or New Zealand First to be our partners because look what we wanted to do, look what they said, and they wouldn't fulfill. So we need more of your vote. He'll try and cannibalize New Zealand First voters, and he'll try and get bigger, which will then give him more power in the negotiating room. And he'll use this as a way to say, National voters, if you want more of this, then you have to come with us because we're the only ones that will do it. Look how National wimped out. The scripts are being written for him.
I think it's backfiring hugely for him. Look, it's got our major opposition party leader to say something that's never been said before at that level, that Māori never ceded sovereignty. You know, it's the latest poll results for Te Pāti Māori are amazing.
Yeah.
And it has crystallized a mission statement within Māori to beat this. It will get people that are not engaged in the political process or making a vote to get active. And once they're active, they're active.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if you're building consensus. I don't know if you're building support for this, David. It's not working in the way that you think it's going to work.